Good evening to all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening. Just want to check, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can hear
Thank,
you.
thank you.
Good evening to all. I am honored to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished resource person, our respected head of the department, and all the brilliant minds join us for the 3-day online faculty development program on generative AI in shaping industry 6.0. On behalf of our Department of Computer Application, Congo Arts and Science College has delighted to welcome all the participants from various institutions to attend the AICD Training and Learning Academy. It's my honor to invite the eminent resource person, Mr. Venkatesh Ashok, Cyber Security Engineer, Cyber IIM Holdings Limited, Chester, United Kingdom, for the 5th session on the 3rd day to deliver the session address. It's give me great pleasure to introduce the eminent resource person joining us today. He started as a data analyst at Amazon, working on Alexa for 3 years, then spent 2 years at Excel refining his data insights skills. Later, he transitioned for software engineering as a front-end developer, gaining experience in building user-focused applications. Driven by a passion for advancing his technical knowledge, he pursued a master's degree in computer science at Queen Mary University of London, equipping him with a strong academic foundation to complement his industry experience. Today, he is a cybersecurity engineer at Cyber IAM, one of the fastest growing cybersecurity companies in Europe, where he works on strengthening organizations' digital security through advanced identity and access management solutions. His journey reflects the power of adaptability in technology careers, moving from data and development into the critical field of cybersecurity. Now combined with the opportunities and challenges brought by generative AI. With his vast knowledge and expertise, we are sure this session will be enriching and insightful. Sir, we warmly welcome you to share your thoughts on cybersecurity meets generative AI. Welcome you, sir. Now the session is yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for that warm introduction. Let me share my screen first. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Cool. Once again, thank you for that great introduction, and also a big thank you to Congo College for inviting me to do this presentation today. I know that there have been a lot of great speakers before me, and there are a couple of amazing speakers coming after me. So it's a huge honor for me to come and present this today. So today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, which I feel like which is something pretty important in today's world. And also before that, it was a nice introduction from that side, but kind of felt like it was from a LinkedIn perspective. So let me start off with a quick introduction about myself, what I did in Amazon, and how it led me to this stage of my career right now. So I worked in Alexa, which you guys might be aware of. It's a device where you can speak to, and it pretty much does what you say. Let's say, for example, you say, "Hey Alexa, what's the time?" And it would go and look at the time, and it would give you the answer. So that I worked in Alexa to improve the quality. So a part of my everyday job was to work with data. So data is pretty much in everywhere in today's world. So any online transaction, any message, everything involves data. Everything online. So what part of my job was to look at data, make sure that the message was correctly analyzed by Alexa, and then it gave the right answers to people who are looking for that. So since I worked with data, the industry has evolved so much in all these years. So that's when the practice of cybersecurity was actually created, because anytime anything that happens online, there is a good chance that someone might want to steal that data, or someone can manipulate the data which is online. So that's where cybersecurity was initially formed. We'll talk about cybersecurity in the upcoming slides as well. And generative AI is pretty much the same. It's something which us as human beings, we evolved from the traditional days where everything was like, oh, you just write something on a paper and you give it to someone, and that's pretty much it. But we as a human race, we evolved so much that now it's all about systems, networks, servers, computers, and everything is online. So Gen AI is something that was created to make human lives easier. But as everything in life, not everything happens in a positive way. So some people started to use that in a malicious way, and it kind of created that dynamic of whether it's good or bad for humankind. That's a lot of discussion and debate going on, and which we'll definitely talk about in this upcoming presentation as well. So before we start, I just wanted to say, let's keep this session interactive, because I don't want to be, I know it's a bit late there in India, it's close to 6 p.m. So I don't want people to be online and falling asleep during the presentation. So please feel free to stop me during the presentation, ask me questions if you didn't understand anything. And I want to make this presentation not only about something which you can learn, but also something which you can take it forward in your life and apply it in your everyday practices. So yeah, so here's the agenda for today's presentation. So first we'll talk about what is cybersecurity.
Venkat sir? Sir, your screen is not visible. Sorry for the interruption, sir.
The screen is not shared, sir.
Oscar is not.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Sorry, apologies for that. Cool. So first we're gonna 1 second. Let me just. Perfect. Cool. So the agenda for today's presentation is, first we'll talk about what is cybersecurity, because there's a lot of myths and a lot of questions about what cybersecurity is, what cybersecurity does, why cybersecurity matters in this world, and what is identity and access management in cybersecurity, because a lot of people don't know what IAM is, which is short form for identity and access management. Then we look at the two key pillars of identity and access management, which is privileged access management and identity governance and administration. Then we'll talk about generative AI, what it is, why it was created, how companies and businesses use them to enrich their everyday lives. And also, as I said, any technology, anything that was created, even it falls in the hands of malicious people, they can use it to cause havoc in everyday's world. So we'll talk about all the threats that's happening in the world with generative AI, how cybersecurity helps to prevent that. And in the end, we'll pretty much cover how we can use cybersecurity with generative AI so that we can make a better world. Cool. So yeah, that's the $1 million question. So what is cybersecurity? So can any one of you tell me from your understanding or your perspective what cybersecurity is? No pressure. I'm not testing you if you know it or not. Anyone? Cool. No worries. Okay. So cybersecurity is basically practices where you protect systems, networks, and data. So for example, let's say you have a house, right? You live in that house. You have a door. Why do you have a door? To protect the house. So you don't even have a door, you have a lock. And more than a lock, you might have security cameras to make sure people don't come in and go out, and you are aware of who's coming in or who's going out. And some people might have even dogs, some people might have security guards. So that's pretty much what cybersecurity does in the real world. It protects organizations from with the systems, the networks, and the data, because like I said, everything is online in this today's world. So it helps prevent unauthorized access. So not everyone can access everything. So cybersecurity makes sure that everything stays in place so that no one can access something which they're not supposed to access. And cybersecurity works on three key fundamentals. The first one is confidentiality, the next one is integrity, and the third one is availability. So, for example, let's say your phone's lost, someone stole your phone. So confidentiality is basically you have pictures in your phone which you might feel only you can see them because it's very personal. You don't want someone else to go through your phone and look at what are the things you have in your phone. So that's pretty much confidentiality. That's confidential information only you are supposed to see. Integrity is basically, let's just say the person who stole your phone can go to your WhatsApp, and if you've sent a message to someone, they can edit that message and change it to something else. It can change the perspective into a completely different thing. So that's integrity. And the third one is availability. So availability is basically you have all that information you have on your phone. You need your phone with you. If someone comes and steals your phone, you can't have them with you all the time, and you might need your phone in case of an emergency. So that's pretty much what confidentiality, integrity, and availability is. And in the real world, it is a huge impact because let's say there is $1 billion business which runs based on all these principles, and let's just say someone comes in and hacks into their system, and the business can't operate like how they would operate every day. So that would cause major financial damage as well as reputational damages as well. So let's say you purchase an Amazon pretty much every day and every week of the day, and let's just say someone stole, or you see in the news that Amazon is hacked. So you would feel like, okay, so Amazon is hacked. So what if they steal my card information? Because you might have saved your card information there, and there is a good chance that your information can be stolen and it can be used for something which you would not need because they can easily steal your money. So that's pretty much what impacts if someone doesn't follow the practices of cybersecurity. It would have a huge financial and reputational loss as well. So let's look at the numbers here. So in 2025, the global cybersecurity or the cybercrime costs have been 10.5 trillion, which is more than a lot of economies in the world. So that's how much cybercrimes have happened only in 2025. And a data breach is basically any company, any business, or anything else. If someone comes and hacks into their system, and if any data is lost, it would cost them money. So for an average for one data breach, the cost would be 4.545 million, which is really, really huge for a business. And there is also a compliance regulatory called as GDPR and HIPAA. So GDPR is basically laws in Europe, and HIPAA is for the United States. So every company, they need to have regulations and they need to have audits so that when towards the end of the year, the laws make sure that the companies adhere to all the laws that are in place. So let's say you use Facebook and Instagram. You have all your personal information there. Let's say someone stole your information from Instagram, or maybe Instagram thought, why not? Why don't I just give that information to someone so that they can pay me some money? That's why these laws are in place, so that no one can just steal your data, or the company is responsible for your data and whatever they have in their databases and their systems. And also, cybersecurity helps, like I said, to protect the brand trust and customer data. So it pretty much works in all those ways to make sure that someone doesn't lose their trust and their customer and also their money as well. So I have a question. So I'm pretty sure you guys would have been aware of this. So have you ever had a situation where you received an email or a message saying, click on this link to win $1,000 or something like that? I'm pretty sure everyone would have come across a situation like that. So that's called as a phishing attack, which is a very common thing in cybersecurity. So it's pretty much you click on that link, it takes you somewhere else, and it will steal your data. So that's how easy it is for hackers to hack into your data, steal your information, and it can cause a lot of damage to a lot of people in this world. And which is why cybersecurity is very, very important to everyone else. So when I say cybersecurity and the practices, so someone would ask, okay, so I thought cybersecurity was just hacking, people sitting in a room in a hoodie, coding for 8 hours, and some people might be stopping that. That's pretty much what cybersecurity is, but that's not the case. So there is an important domain which is very important in cybersecurity. It's called identity and access management, which is what I work in. So any person in any organization, even let's take for example Congo College. So they have a person with a username and password, and that's their identity. So you will define, or they can only do things which they are supposed to do, and not something else. So let's say I'm a student in Congo College, so I get an email and password to access all the online information in the college, the lectures in the class. And what if I have the permission to go and look at the university's principal's records? I'm technically I shouldn't be doing that. But if that's the case, I can even go and do anything I want with those records. And that's not something which a college or an organization would want in their lives. So that's pretty much what identity and access management is on a high level. It's basically in place to make sure that a person gets access to a system or a resource only at the right time, the right system, in the right place, and nothing more. So if I want to do things from A to B, I can only do things from A to B, but that's it. I can't use any other information. So let's say in a company, if there is a team with HR, there's a team for marketing, there's a team for finance, and there's a team for consultants. So let's say if a consultant can go and access all the financial records of a HR, so that wouldn't be nice to a company because they can go and change the records. They can look at confidential information which they're not supposed to see, and it might cause a lot of damage to a company. So that's what pretty much what IAM is on a high level. It helps companies to make sure that each person only gets the right amount of access and nothing more. So there are two key principles in IAM, which are the key foundations. One is called PAM, which is Privileged Access Management, and the other one is IGA, which is Identity Governance and Administration. We'll look at both these topics in the next couple of slides, and both of them work together to make sure that, like I said before, it helps with compliance, make sure that a company is compliant with all the laws in their respective countries or in their respective location they are in. It helps with cost savings, and it helps with reducing risk so that a company don't get hacked and in the process they lose millions and millions of dollars. So privileged access management. When I say privileged access management, I want you to imagine a bank. So let's say you walk into a bank. I'm pretty sure everyone would have seen a bank. So in a bank, you have the traditional locker where each person have their own dedicated lockers and safes where you put all your jewelry, your money, and everything. So that's how privileged access management works. So each person, they have their own passwords stored in their respective safes, so that when some people can only access the safes which they are supposed to access and nothing more. So if let's say I have an account, I'm sure you guys are aware of domain accounts, um, service accounts, which are the most important accounts in an infrastructure or in a company. So if someone gets a hold of a domain account in a company, they can pretty much do anything they want in a company. I'm talking about companies worth of millions and millions of dollars. So companies would want to protect all these privileged accounts first, so that if someone gets hold of these privileged accounts, a hacker can make a lot of damage to the company. So we put all these passwords into a safe, and all the safes are stored in a vault, which is similar to a bank. So if someone has to access, they need to go through this procedures where their session, when they access a session or they access a privileged account, it will be recorded so that it can help with audit purposes. So in at the year end, like I said, with all the laws, each company have to give a report saying, oh, our company does this, this, and this. We had our privileged account stored in this way so that not every person can hack it. It's being more proactive rather than you reacting to something that's already happened. Because if an attack has happened, let's say you have a company and you don't have any cybersecurity practices in place. I'm a hacker. And if I hack your systems, let's say I have a malware or a ransomware attack, and if I say, oh, you need to give me $500,000 for me to release that information or to release your accounts, you wouldn't have any other choice but to pay them. Because if you don't do that, your company is at risk. Your customers would get pretty angry. Your brand value will go down, and that's pretty much the end of your whole image. For example, in 2023, I'm sure you guys are aware of British Airways, which is a very huge, one of the most famous airways, not only in England, but also in the world. So they had a major cybersecurity attack where 500,000 of their customers' data were leaked or were stolen. And due to that, they had to pay £200,000, which was close to 20 crore rupees, Indian rupees, as a fine because they didn't have all these practices in place. So that's how much a privileged access management or IAM is important to an organization. And that's why pretty much everyone is moving, every organization, every business is moving towards PAM, IGA, and IAM so that their systems are effective, they are proactive, and they make sure that their company doesn't come under any cyber attacks. So the next thing is IGA. Like I said, it's Identity Governance and Administration. This is the second pillar of IAM. So IGA is basically, there are two key processes in IGA, which is RBAC and JML. I don't know if you guys are aware of RBAC. So RBAC is basically role-based access control. So if I am in a company, there can be, if I'm a consultant in a company, there can be hundreds of consultants in a company. So if I want to access a particular system, they can't go and give each individual person access every time because that's not humanly possible. So what they do is they take the role. Let's say a consultant can have this rights so that they can do these kind of activities, whereas a person who has the role of let's say a HR or someone in finance can have or access these systems. So that way it's more effective. People on similar roles will have similar duties or they have similar responsibilities. So based on that, IGA works. And there's also a key process called as JML, which is joiners, movers, and leavers. So yeah, and again, another question for you guys. So let's imagine you join a company. What permissions or what do you think are the things someone would need on their first day for them to do their job in an effective way? Anyone? No, you can be wrong. It's fine. I'm not testing. Again, I'm not testing you. I'm just trying to understand how much you guys are aware of IT as an infrastructure. Okay, cool. Not everyone is in the mood for answers today. It's fine. So JML is basically when I join a company, I would need a couple of things which I need to get started, which is first, I need an email access because everyone needs an email access. You would need something to communicate like your Microsoft Teams and something like a portal for which you can get started with your basic work, like registering yourself in the company or things like that, which would be essential on the first week. So that's called as a joiner process. And mover is basically in an organization, you can move from one department to another. So let's say I'm a junior consultant and I move to a senior consultant. So it's two different roles, and these two roles will have two different responsibilities. So if someone moves from one role to another, or if someone moves from a different department, let's say I'm in finance and if I move to marketing, so if after I move to marketing, I can't have the same responsibilities or the permissions I had when I was in finance. So the permissions when I had before have to be revoked. and the new permissions have to be brought in. So that's a mover process. And leaver is basically when someone leaves the company, they need their identity to be removed, because you would ask, okay, why are we doing all these things? Why do we need to know all these things? So the thing is, when someone leaves a company, their identity will stay the same. So remember when I said identity, it's basically your username and password. So a hacker, so if nobody removes this identity or nobody keeps this in check, a hacker can get into your network, see that there has been an isolated identity whose password hasn't been changed for a while, or that's something that hasn't been monitored. So they can hack into that identity, they can hack into the network, and that's how they just move laterally and they can attack the systems in a company. So that's why these processes are in place to make sure that companies are proactive and it's audit ready, so that when the time comes, they don't have to face questions from all the laws in their respective countries. So we are back to the topic which you guys have been seeing for a while. So generative AI is basically things which you can create from LLM models. When you can create text, you can create images, you can create code. It started off as something which people wanted to make sure that they wanted to save a lot of time, because there's been a lot of work that's being done in the world where it's very monotonous, or it's something that doesn't need a human to sit and actually do it. So that's how this was actually created, to make the human life easier or much better. So that's one of the reasons why you see a lot of jobs being taken away, because before a lot of companies hired so many people thinking that they needed all these people to work all these jobs. But since all these AI models came into the picture, it kind of automated, or it replaced all the mundane human work. So it kind of took away all the jobs, but in a positive way, it makes us as human beings evolve the skills we have, so that we need to use or leverage these skills, these AI models, with which helps the businesses and the companies to grow and become popular. I'm pretty sure you guys have used ChatGPT. I think that's pretty much standard uh, thing in everyone's life. I'll be very surprised if someone doesn't know what ChatGPT is and what it doesn't do. So ChatGPT is one of the famous AI, generative AI models out there. So ChatGPT is basically, you can create code, you can create text, you can create image, whatnot. You can pretty much do everything. The one thing with ChatGPT is, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but you can't do a malicious search in it. For example, if you want to do a business or a political propaganda, like let's say you're talking about Palestine. I don't know if you guys are aware of what's happening in Palestine, and I don't want to get into that topic because it's a different domain. But if you want to create a propaganda with a political view in mind, you can't do that in ChatGPT, because that's been regulated by the company, so that it's only used by businesses, and that's how they profit and they want to make human lives better. That's pretty much what businesses have been using across all industries. It's not only in IT, or it's not only in finance or healthcare. It's pretty much in automobile. It's pretty much in telecom. It's pretty much in every industry. Generative AI has been a revelation in today's world. Like I said, any good thing that happens in the world, even if it's a technology or anything, there's always something bad. People can use the same thing and use it for bad purposes, or they can use that to make sure that they attack or create damages in the world. So that's how generative AI, when it fell into the wrong hands, it's created a lot of chaos and confusion in the world, which we'll see in the next slides.
ನನಗೆ போகலான்ட்டு வர முடியாது ஈ டைமுக்கு தான் நான் வந்து செஞ்சேன் நீ கிளம்ப முடியாது இந்த டைம் கேட்கும் பக்கத்துல ஒரு பொண்ணு இருக்குது அந்த
Sorry, I think someone's mic's on unmute.
சரி
Cool. So, like I was saying, anything that happens in the world, they can always put it either in a good way or in a bad way. So generative AI, for all the good things it has, it's helping people to code, it's helping people to create art, it's helping people with their everyday lives. It helps businesses to create proposals and whatnot. You would have used it, so it would have been helpful in so many ways. But when it fell into the wrong hands, they used Gen AI in a very, very, very malicious way. For example, like I said, you would have seen phishing emails because phishing attacks are pretty common in this world. Even a very experienced cybersecurity professional can fall into a phishing attack because you never know which one is right and which one is wrong. And just like how we as professionals are growing and adapting to this world, all the cyber criminals are evolving as well. So if you take two steps forward, they would take two steps as well. So you need to make sure that you are proactive in your learning and how they do things as well. So automated phishing is basically, they would, like I said, they would create a link so that they would force you, or they would ask you to click on a link. So let's say you get a link saying your device. I'm pretty sure if you use Instagram, if you have that feature where it says your device has been logged on from a location which is not trusted. If it's not you, click here, or if it's you, click here. So they would create a very similar phishing email or link, so that when someone clicks on that link, it will take you to that place, and that's pretty much your hacked, and your data has been exposed. And after that, they can pretty much do whatever they want with that. So that's how Gen AI, when it fell in the wrong hands, have been used in a malicious way. And another attack which is pretty famous is called social engineering. It's basically all the deep fake voices, fake videos. You would have seen a lot of. So in this day and age, anything you see on the internet, you cannot trust it. Any picture, any video. Um, for example, I just recently saw today, it was actually a very coincidental thing that there was a woman back in India, back in South India. I think she was in Instagram, and she was showing a video of someone driving a bike. I think she was an instructor for one of her companies. She has a driving school. So when the actual thing was, she was selling, oh, this lady is actually driving really well, and we are doing business by teaching people how to ride a bike. But people on the internet, what they did was they found that amusing. So they kind of faked the video towards the end to make sure she actually fell down in the end from the bike, and they morphed it like that, so that it kind of made it like a troll video to make sure they get a lot of engagements and views. But if I saw a video today, the women who actually posted the video, she was very upset that they faked that video, because she's been facing a lot of internet trolls, internet bullying. She's had customers not coming to her because her clients feel she's not doing a good job. Clearly, nobody is going to go to a driving school where someone falls down from a bike when they are being trained. So these kind of things are being done with Gen AI, and when you look at from a outside perspective, it can be funny, but it's not, because it's someone else's life, and each person, when something happens to them personally, that then they would realize how impactful or how major it can be in their everyday lives. So that's an attack like that. And social engineering is basically, they can use fake voices, they can use fake pictures, images, from tricking you to give you information. Like I said, for example, there was a CEO. He was a CEO for a multi-million dollar company, and someone using generative AI, they deep faked their voice. They called as their CEO to their employees, and he was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm in an emergency. Can you transfer $1 million to my account?" And he gave the account, and the employees just did it. You can't blame the employees because they thought it was their boss who actually asked it, and you can't say no when your boss asks it. But at the same time, since there wasn't any proper procedures or cybersecurity practices in place, that's how they operated. And these are the results that can happen if all these Gen AI things fall into the hands of malicious people. So, like I said, AI can be used for a lot of propaganda. It can be used in social media. If you go to YouTube, there's so many automated bots in there. So if you go for a video which involves any politics, or if it involves anything controversial, you would see so many messages or comments in YouTube, which you would think it's an actual person behind it, but it's actually not. It's just automated bots. They've programmed it using all the LLM models so that they would just keep commenting stuff which they want. And even if you reply to that comment, they can come back and they will reply to you again, because that's how advanced Gen AI is in these days. So you would never know which one is real and which one is fake. Even YouTube, back in the days, they used to remove all the fake bot comments and everything. But these days, even they can't differentiate between who's a real person and who's a bot being used by an LLM Gen AI model. Gen AI can be used in a lot of other negative ways as well. So if you there are other private LLM models where you can just go and say, hey, give me a website like Amazon, and it can just give you that website in 10 minutes, which is a fake website, and it would look very similar to Amazon. And you can just go into that website, you would think you're using Amazon, you would put in all your details and your money's gone. So that's how malicious, or that's how damaging Gen AI can be in this day and age of the world. So, but I've been talking a lot of negative things about Gen AI, I know, but there are a lot of good things as well. Like I said, every company, every organization had make sure that they use Gen AI in a very proactive, in a very proactive way to make sure that there are no attacks, and they reduce the amount of damage that can be caused to any organization. So there is a company which is called Palo Alto, which is one of the most famous cybersecurity companies in the world. They do every kind of cybersecurity practices, right from IAM to pen testing to behavior. So Palo Alto uses GenAI to make sure that they check every time to see if there is an automatic threat detection. So it uses a software to make sure that if all the behavior or the patterns are similar, because when someone hacks into a system, they would do things which, if you have the right practices, you would know that something's not right. If I am a consultant, or if I'm from finance, and if I try to go and if I try to access my company CEO's records, you would know something is wrong and fishy. So they have used Gen AI to help with threat detection, to make sure that they are proactive and no attack happens before they actually figure out, and they can eliminate that. And again, like I said, they help with behavioral analytics. So it makes sure that, okay, this person has done this, and this before, and that's their regular pattern. So if someone deviates from that pattern, or if someone does something which they're not supposed to do, they do something which you would know for a fact that something is fishy, AI will make sure that they are blocked or locked, depends on what procedures they have. And also, Gen AI, companies use Gen AI to make sure that they have an automated response time. So every company would have their dedicated SIEM engineers. So it makes sure that they keep a check of all the logs or everything that's happening, to make sure that if something doesn't go right, they are in place to make sure that they remediate all the risks that might happen in a company. And also, these Gen AI models, they help with predicting future attacks. So if someone starts from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, they need to get to level 5 to actually hack into the systems. But when someone goes to level 3, the AI models would um, find out that something is weird that's happening in the systems. So it can help companies being proactive. And right now, as of now, it's actually really, really good. And it's pretty much what's happening in every company, because any company which is online, where you face an internet, where there's networks, you are at the risk of being hacked, and there is a risk of you being attacked by cybersecurity. So coming to towards the end, I think it's not only the future, I think it's more the present as well. So cybersecurity, along with AI, is how the world is shaping up to be. So some people might think AI, it sounds a bit funny, or cybersecurity sounds very foreign. So I'm not really interested in learning about it or getting to know what it does or how it is in the real world. But you will be surprised how often you come across all these practices and all these scenarios, which involves not only your friends, not only your family, but also yourself as well. So AI will be in every security tool because hackers and malicious people use AI as well. So companies and businesses have started using AI, or they are in the process of making sure they're always one step ahead of all these malicious hackers, to make sure that all the companies and the practices in place. And like how I've explained before, you need human intervention because AI alone can't do everything. You need that human element as well, plus technology, which together is what is going to shape the future. And we as human beings, I think it's a responsibility, in my opinion, for everyone to actually know what cybersecurity is and what Gen AI is. And because if there is an 18-year-old, or if there is a 19-year-old, if they are exposed to an internet, they would believe everything they see on the internet, because that's how we human beings are. When we are not exposed to a lot of truth, if we are not exposed to a lot of information, we would always think anything we see on the internet, we would be like, yeah, that's true, yeah, that should be the case. But it's actually not, because you need to be skeptical about everything you read, everything you see on the internet these days. And by being aware of all the things that's happening in cybersecurity and also generative AI, by educating yourself. I don't think it's only about you as a professional, you going and working in cybersecurity or you working in AI. You learning that will help you in your careers. But also, I feel like it's more something which will help you in your everyday life as well. When you go into a job or when you meet people, you can help people to understand or educate them in a way to say, hey, that's not right. That's when you see a video and you know for a fact that it's not right, you need to be aware that, oh, you know what, that's not right, that's not the right video. But at the same time, when it comes to working in businesses and companies, I would strongly recommend, or I would, my opinion is of the fact that cybersecurity is the present and the future, because every company you see, any company you go to, everything is online. You don't have major businesses which doesn't require an internet, because everyone needs an internet and everyone needs computers. And if there are computers and internet involved, there will definitely be a risk of a cybersecurity attack. And when there is a risk of a cybersecurity attack, every company would need a cybersecurity practice in place. So cybersecurity is pretty much what you are looking at as the present and also the future as well. It's not a domain which is going to go away. I would say for the next 100 years, because you would never know how the world would turn up to. But in my opinion, it's there to stay. It's the present and it's the future. And the only way for us as human beings is for us to continuously learn about all these practices, all things that AI does, and being proactive, so that it will help us not only in our careers when we work, but also us as human beings in our everyday life as well. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for spending your time. I really appreciate it. And you guys have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, thank you. A wonderful session I had gone through. Thank you so much, sir. This is Arun. And
Hello.
sir, yeah, I have a question, sir. So
Thank you, sir.
basically, sir, am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, fine then. Okay. So cybersecurity is a basic protector for all the documents, right? Anything, as like you said, our photos, our documents, which we had stored in our mobile, computer, or whatever it is, right? So
Okay.
is there is any other criteria that like we can store in this place, in particular place, that documents might be saved? So there might not be any cyber attack on that particular data storage or something like that, as like cloud somewhere else.
It's actually a good question.
Yeah.
So cybersecurity is more like a practice rather than an actual technology. But
Okay.
there are loads of technologies in the world where you can save your passwords. Like, there is this thing called OnePass,
Okay.
which is where you go and save your passwords so that it will create custom passwords for you to have complex passwords. Because let's say you have a password saying Arun12345,
Yeah.
anyone can predict that you're going to have that password. Or let's say you have a password saying welcome123, which is
Yeah.
the
Yeah. That's
universal
common, right? Yeah.
password,
Okay.
which is a universal password. I mean, I'm guilty of doing that as well back in the days, but that's something which anyone can predict. But there are applications or softwares which will generate complex passwords so that not everyone can hack into it,
Okay.
unless you go and click on a phishing link. If you
Uh-huh.
do that, it doesn't matter where you store your password or how complex it is, they would know that this is your password. So cybersecurity is more like the practices, the methodologies you use, rather than cybersecurity is not an application, but it's rather the procedures, the processes you take to make sure that you don't do all these things. You get what
Okay.
I mean?
So,
It's to make sure that you don't click on that phishing link, rather
uh-huh.
than helping you recover your stolen passwords, because once your passwords are stolen, it's already gone.
Yes, every data will be gone, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So, what you're suggesting is like we have to choose the password which has been generated already from that particular platform, right? That complex passwords, right?
You don't have to choose anything. You can just go and select a random password generator, and it will generate you a 20 length password with all the complex characters,
Yes,
which i
yes.
don't think i don't think even you can memorize that, because it's complex. But
It's really complex. Yeah, I had gone through such things. Yes, it's really
exactly,
complex. Uh,
exactly, yeah.
So, and in another question is there, sir. Sir,
Mhm.
whether the GenAI will be implemented to protect the phishing emails and the phishing contents, which will force us to click the buttons and navigate us to some other directions, like the cybercrime people will steal our data. So, is will the GenAI will be implemented in cybersecurity to overcome such issues like this?
So again, a good question. As an everyday person, it's a bit tricky because there's a lot of people in the world. The population is really high. So if Gen AI is basically a product by itself, it's so every companies use these models to make sure they get a profit for them as well. It's not something like, oh, it's for the good of everyone. Anyone can use it. No. So you create a model, you go to the company, you'll be like, hey, I have this model. I think it will help your business because you have a multi-million-dollar business. But at the same time, if you want me to protect your company, if your systems, you have to pay me this much money, and it's not cheap, which a normal person or a regular human being can't afford to. But there might be a situation where the world evolves, where everyone, I wouldn't say Gen AI will be in the hands of everyone, that everyone can use it, because that's not how it is. Because if that's the case, hackers would find another way to crack that as well, because it's a continuous process where people try to protect something. Hackers would see, oh, they're doing this to protect this, so let's just try this to attack them. That's how all the phishing attacks, all the ransomware, all the malware, because you go back 50, 60 years, you don't even know what a phishing attack is, or you don't even know what a voice deep fake is, because these days you can easily fake your voice into talking like someone else, right? But back in the days, it's not the same case. So it's more like an evolvement. But I would say, I mean, I'm interested to know as well, but I would be very, very surprised if it's implemented for every other individual person, because that's not how their company's models work.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm looking for. But actually, Gen AI will be implemented in cybersecurity or else any other platforms to protect the user.
No,
Pro-
no, no. I mean, Gen AI, cybersecurity companies are actually already implementing Gen AI in cybersecurity. That's actually there, but
Okay.
it's not for a regular person. It's not
Okay.
for it's for businesses, because these businesses, they need to pay for cybersecurity practices as well, because cybersecurity practices have their own applications inside. Like I said, IAM for identity. There
Okay.
is pen testing. There is cloud security. There is there is so many domains in cybersecurity. So companies need to pay to get that application in the first place. They need to pay to get all the Gen AI models to help them to be proactive as well. So we're talking about a lot of money here. So a normal person cannot afford it, but businesses are definitely implementing it right now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your patience in replying such questions.
No worries. Happy,
Yeah,
happy.
it's really
As
nice.
long. Mhm.
It's really
No
nice
worries.
to have a session with you. Thank you so much.
No worries. No worries. I'm happy to help. Happy that you have all those questions, because I think you're the first person who asked me a question today. So I'm happy.
Actually, your session was so awesome. So I was watching from the beginning itself. So I had collected the questions from your presentation. So only I had raised.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions?
So, can you say how the cybersecurity professionals can prepare their cyber warfare through generative AI?
I'm sorry. Can you say it again?
Sir, can you hear?
Yeah. I can hear you. Can you repeat the question, please? I couldn't understand.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. How can cybersecurity professional prepare themselves for the cyber warfare through Gen AI?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's again, good question. It's more about all the trainings each cybersecurity professional does, which is not available for someone who is not in cybersecurity. Because when you go to a company, let's say in my company, in my case, when I joined the company, I had a basic understanding of what is cybersecurity is, or what is Gen AI is, because I've done masters in computer science. So I had the exposure to all these different technologies. But it's more like when you go into a company, they would train you to get educated in all these things, because they would want you to be proactive in all these domains. So I think it's more about you being aware of what's happening in the world. So if, let's say, you see a video which is deep faked, or if you see a picture which is not right, so you would be like, okay, this doesn't look right. So how did someone do it? You go and research it, because you have every answer in Google or YouTube. But it's more about you being proactive, you being interested to understand how all these things work. Because if you don't know how these things work, you wouldn't know how to avoid them. So I would say that's how it starts. But for a professional, to answer your question, it's more about how the company, based on their criteria that they want a professional to know, that's how they train each individuals.
Okay, sir. According to the current technology, we have to update it with the companies.
Yeah, 100%. Because I feel like it's not something I feel. I think it's a fact that we as human beings, we need to keep evolving ourselves. Because back in the days, we can be like, oh, I know this thing, I know one thing, I can just stay in that job for the rest of my life. But whereas now, it's more about you need to keep learning, you need to keep informed about things in the world and around yourself, so that you know what is actually happening in the world. Because if you stop doing that, the world will keep moving forward, and after a while you'll be like, a lot of things are happening, but I don't know exactly what it is. So it's more like you being proactive, and companies would definitely be proactive, and it would make sure all their employers or employees will get trained in the technologies they feel like someone would need to know, because that's where the future is moving towards.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have a
Hello,
question.
sir. I have one question, sir.
Sure.
Sir, which area or which cybersecurity are most interesting for that is newcomers or new beginners, sir? Can you say it's like ethical hacking or something? So can you
So,
suggest some area?
yeah, good question. I'm gonna be biased here because I work in IAM, but like I said, IAM is actually very, very interesting. So, and actually depends on what you define as interesting, because for some people, they wouldn't want to interact with other people, you know? So they would be like, oh, just leave me in a corner in a room where I can just sit with my computer. I don't want to talk to anyone, and I just want to look at the screen and I just want to work with myself. So if you're that kind of a person, I would say you can go for ethical hacking, which is pretty decent. But ethical hacking is something which was considered as the traditional cybersecurity practice. So it's been oversaturated right now. There are so many people in ethical hacking. So if you're a beginner, if you want to learn cybersecurity, if you go into ethical hacking, I mean, definitely you can learn it. It's a really, really good skill. But if your purpose is to get a job, or if your purpose is to find a work where you feel yourself working for 10 to 15 years, I would say there's three main things which someone can look at right now, which is not mainstream, but it pays really well. And also it's a really interesting domain. One is IAM, which I work in. IAM is basically identity and access management. So it's basically what your everyday role is. You would have a lot of meetings with clients. So basically what I do is we as a company, so let's say you have a company. So you come to our company and you'll be like, hey, I have a company and I need all these cybersecurity practices in place so that my company doesn't get hacked. So we as a company, we are consultants. So we go to the company, we analyze how their infrastructure is, how are they working, what are the best ways we can make sure that their systems and their networks are secure. So we implement PAM IAM technology. So I work in a technology called CyberArk, which is a PAM technology. So we implement that so that the company works with that procedure so that they don't get hacked easily. So IAM is actually a very interesting domain. So if you're someone who likes to speak to people, who likes to interact with people, but you're at the same time you are interested in technology as well. Because for me, I'm exposed to all kinds of technology. So I work with cloud, I work with Azure, I work with databases, I do PowerShell scripting, I do Java. Um, I do CyberArk, which is the main thing. I do DevOps. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of Docker, Kubernetes. So I do DevOps as well. So IAM is basically you're exposed to all these technologies. There is a lot to learn, but at the same time, it's very, very interesting. The other thing I would say is cloud security. Cloud security is you just focus only on cloud, but cloud is it's a very good domain to be in, because cloud, like I said, it's the future and it's the present, because everyone is moving to cloud these days. Because back in the days, every company, they had a server, they had like 10 servers inside their own buildings, and that's pretty much it. But these days they can't do that, because when someone scales up, if the scalability issues come up, they can't do that. So if they want to grow as an organization, they would move to cloud. So cloud engineers are pretty much in demand. So I would say you can go for Azure, which is Microsoft, GCP, which is Google, and AWS, of course, Amazon's, which is pretty famous as well. And the last thing I would say is DevSecOps. So it's basically DevOps plus cybersecurity combined into one. So DevOps is basically all your CI/CD pipelines and everything, and cybersecurity practices make sure that the Kubernetes container is secured and the pod runs by itself and it doesn't get hacked. So I think these three things: IAM, cloud security, and DevSecOps.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I have a question. Is cybersecurity is more related with Bitcoin?
Not necessarily, because Bitcoin itself is completely different. It's a different um, thing that's happening, but cybersecurity is something which is used to protect data. So if there's data involved in Bitcoin, cybersecurity can be used in that. So similarly, if anything when there is systems data involved, cybersecurity will be there, but it's not directly only related to Bitcoin though.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I have one question, sir. Sir,
Yep.
you have presented well. We got more informations, more practical informations after your session, sir. I have one
Thank you.
question. How do we like AI powered security systems, no, sir? So how to detect and respond to threats, sir? If when we are working with AI, how do we detect and respond to the threats, sir? Is there any
Good
idea
question.
of? Yes, sir.
Good question again. So there is a cybersecurity practice called SIEM, which is security information. I don't know the whole thing, but SIEM is pretty much what companies use. So SIEM is which they use to make sure they keep in check of all the logs that's happening. So logs is basically if you're using a computer, you go and click particular thing, in a company or in your system. Let's say you are in your home screen, you go to a folder and you click something and you run a script or you run something, everything will be logged. So SIEM is basically you look at all these logs, and these logs will pretty much tell you what's happening in your business. And I'm talking about logs as in loads and loads, because a business will have thousands and thousands of people operating it. So when you look at these logs, you would see that, oh, this person is doing this and this, which is pretty normal. But if someone does something which is not in the usual, these logs along with AI, it would detect it automatically, and they would give you a score. Like there is a high score, there is a medium score, and there is a low score. So the ones in the highest score will be looked at first, because that accounts are in danger of being hacked the most. Why? Sorry, I don't know why it went to mute. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Perfect. So logs, they cool. So yeah, coming back, the logs, you would look at the logs, and they would use AI to make sure that they are proactive and there is no attack that's going to happen in the company. So that's how AI, along with cybersecurity, helps with being proactive. So I can understand where you guys are coming from. Your questions are more towards a personal level. It's like, if I use something, if can I use AI to protect it? That's what my understanding is your question was. Uh, the short answer is not yet, but in the long term, there might be solutions which will help an individual. But as of now, nothing yet so far.
Yeah, hi. This is another question from YouTube.
Mhm.
Uh, is there any tool to generate the password, like a complex password for security purpose? As you said, basically, that already everything is depends on personal, right? So
Yep.
everyone would like to protect their own data, even including myself. I wish to protect my own data. So
Yep.
because of there are so many cyber threats are available in day-to-day life, minute by minute basis.
Yep.
So could you please suggest any other tools to generate the passwords? Is there any tool?
Though there's loads. I can tell you the ones I use. It's called Bitwarden.
Could you
I
please spell
can
it out?
Yeah, I can put it in the chat. One
Yeah,
second.
fine. That sounds really good.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. It's called Bitwarden. It's bit as in BIT, warden as in a hostel warden,
Yeah.
WARDEN. So there is
Okay.
Bitwarden, there is LastPass. So these two are the mainstream ones which people might use. So you can use it for personal uses. So all you have to do is remember only one password. So if you use that password, you go inside, you can have your account. Let's say you want a password for Instagram, you want a password for Facebook, or you want a password for your bank details. You can just create all these passwords inside Bitwarden so that it keeps all those complex passwords there. But I would say don't just trust passwords because passwords can be easily stolen. I would say always use multi-factor authentication. Are you aware of MFA?
Yes, exactly. Yes, nowadays we are using for Gmail, right? So
Yeah,
everywhere
I
it is
think
asking for multi.
MFA is pretty much the best way for you to avoid phishing attacks because let's say you have a bank, you have a detail, you're transferring money, or someone might transfer money, steal your data and transfer money. But end of the day, they would need your PIN code from your phone. So hackers
Yes,
can't have
exactly.
that. So that's how you can protect yourself. But if you want to have complex passwords, you can use these two. One is LastPass and the other one is Bitwarden. Both are really good.
Okay, so another one is there. Actually, we are working in college. So we are looking in favor for the
Say it
students.
again. Say it again.
So actually, we are working in a college now.
Okay.
Actually, we are looking in favor for students. So, could you please suggest any job opportunities for the students in cybersecurity? Any courses that they have to learn, or any platform that they can learn with the free of cost? So, if there
Okay.
is anything else that I can help for the students.
I mean, so the one you see there, it's my Instagram and my YouTube thing where I just talk about general cybersecurity things which someone would need. So my
Okay.
Instagram or cybersecurity name is cybersecurity bro. So that I pretty much talk about all the things someone would need to get a job or someone would need to know as a cybersecurity professional. Like I would talk about what is single sign-on, what is
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
go
that
ahead, please.
and also you can pretty much go to Udemy. There's so many courses, but you need to choose which domain you want to go because, like I said, there are so many domains in cybersecurity. So you need to choose a domain which you feel like is the right one to go. But if you want to go for, if you need to learn networking, which is very important for cybersecurity, there is someone, I think it's called Network Chunk. I don't remember at the top of my head. But there are so many resources in YouTube and Udemy you can definitely check out, which will be really helpful. But if you want students to get a job, I would say companies these days, they don't just hire someone because so back in the days, I'm talking 10 years back, companies would hire someone as an intern or they would hire you as a fresher and they would expose you to all the technologies and they would train you and then they would ask you to actually work in a project. Whereas these days, everyone wants someone who's already ready made or who already knows the technology or exposed to
Exactly.
technology now. So I
Exactly.
would
You well said.
say exactly. Even when we have interviews, I mean, we are in a hiring freeze right now, but back in the days, I've heard that um, it's different for different companies. But most of the companies they would want you that exposure. So I would say try to get hands-on experience. If let's say you are going to apply for a cloud security role, right? So certifications definitely help because certifications are more like the cherry on top of the cake, but it's not the cake itself.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you can't have a certificate saying, "Oh, I have the certificate, give me that job." No, the companies wouldn't do that. Whereas
Of
if you
course.
create a project which mimics or which is similar to the real world things you do, then I think that might be really, really helpful for someone to get a job. Does that answer your question?
The another question. If there
No,
is
I'm
any
just go on. Yeah.
if there is any security challenges in generating AI.
What do you mean by challenges? Can you define what challenges
Yes,
you
like
mean?
training the huge amount of AI data, no? So we have to train the data for the clustering, right? So then only we
Yep.
can get up some data whenever it is required. So
Yep.
what are the security challenges on training the large data of AI?
So there are two ways you can look at it. So one is there are companies like ChatGPT, which is something which is used by pretty much everyone. So that they have regulated or they've made sure that not everyone can get everything they want. You know, for example, I can't post a picture and say, "Oh, change this picture to a face with someone else," with the propaganda. You know what I mean, which is very politically driven or which is very controversial. So you can't do all those things in ChatGPT and all these mainstream Copilot or stuff like that, because they have made sure that it doesn't do that, because their company would get sued. But there are LLM models which are used by hackers, which can do all these things, and that's how you see a lot of misinformation happening in the world. But the challenges is, I mean, clearly there's not a lot of challenges because people are doing it very easily. So um, I would say, I'm sorry, are you asking from a student who wants to get into Gen AI perspective, or in general Gen AI perspective?
Ashok, could you please come again?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now it is audible. Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So my question is, are you asking me from the perspective of a student, or are you asking from the perspective of a general person, in general?
Yeah, actually, I'm asking in the perspective of students. So only we can. So if it is for students, then it's commonly for the general persons, no? So they can spread it
Fair,
over.
fair. No, the thing is, if you are a student, you need to have your basics right first. You need to know machine learning. So you
Okay.
need to know data analysis first. You need to know machine learning, which is like the
Yes.
core foundation for you to understand what AI is in the first place, because you need to know what is supervised, unsupervised learning, and everything in machine learning. You need to know how data is fed, how all the analysis is done. So once you have that good, strong foundation, you can go on and learn AI. But I'm not an expert in AI, so I can't. I don't want to give an information which I'm not 100% sure about. But definitely, if you have that foundation, you can definitely go on and um, pursue a career in AI by learning all these tools. And there
Yes.
are so many open source technologies which would be definitely helpful for all the students.
Okay. Thank you so much. All these questions are from YouTube chat box. Thank you so much for your patience on replying such questions. And
No worries, no worries. Happy to
yeah,
help.
it's really knowledgeable and it's really helpful for us to learn about. We got an idea, we got a platform, or we got a point where we can draw a big line, no? So
Yeah,
that's
that
what we need.
like I said in my presentation, I don't want this to be just a presentation where I just come and speak for 1 hour and say the things which you can normally find in YouTube or Instagram, because everyone can go and just click a YouTube video and see it. It's more about you taking this information lesson and also something which you are aware of in your everyday life as well, from the perspective of how you live, as well as from a perspective of how you want to focus your career on. So yeah, I'm happy that it's helpful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Dear participant, is there anyone is asking questions?
Venkat sir, Zoom chat box.
Say it again.
Could you please suggest jobs in cybersecurity?
I'm sorry, your voice was broken in between. Can you repeat the question? I
Sir?
can see the chat bot now, so you can, if you want to, you can message there as well.
Could you please suggest job opportunities for students in cybersecurity?
Are you asking about job opportunities in cybersecurity?
Yeah, sure. They had
It's
some
about
network
the
issues, I
chat
think
box.
so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. I'm assuming that they're talking about job opportunities, so I'm just
Yes,
gonna
yes.
go with
Actually, we
that.
had
Yeah,
already discussed. Yeah,
perfect,
I think
perfect,
they
cool.
had some network delay.
No worries, no worries. Again, like I said, job opportunities is actually really good, but it's not something everyone can get. You need to have a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. So I would say if you're a student, first research about all the domains in cybersecurity. So there are a lot of domains. So IAM is a domain, um, cloud security is a domain, ethical hacking is a domain. There's pen testing. There's a couple more domains. So research about all the domain, see what they do, someone in that domain does. Because if you go to YouTube, you can just type what does an IAM consultant do or what does an IAM engineer do. I'm pretty sure there will be a video. I'm pretty sure you will find my video as well because I'm doing that in YouTube and Instagram. So you can just go and research about all the domains, see how someone in that domain works, because like I said, not every domain is for everyone. Because I'm someone who's comfortable speaking to people, so I really like what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do. So it's not, I don't only talk to people, I don't only talk to clients. Work with, I'm exposed to all the technologies as well. Like I said, I work with cloud, I work with database, I work with all the IAM applications. I work with DevOps, which is Docker, Kubernetes. So you need to first make sure what you need or what you want, because only when you are aware of what you want, then you can actually go and learn all those technologies. So let's say you want to get into IAM. So you can say, oh, I want to get into IAM. So what should I learn? You can go and learn. Oh, I need to learn networking. I need to learn databases. I need to learn operating system, Linux. I need to know cybersecurity basics. I need to know. So you once you know what you actually want as a domain, then because every domain, as a general, you need to know certain things in common, but there are some niche things you need to learn as well for a particular domain. So I would say start with that research, and I would say go from there. I have a question in the chat. Research domain as AI with cybersecurity or cloud with cybersecurity? Good question. I mean, both are good. Cloud is actually really, really good because everything is moving towards cloud. So I would say if you are someone who's interested in cloud, I would say definitely pursue that. Um, Azure or AWS is the ones which you should go for because there are so many job opportunities there, and you can never go wrong with that. So I would say if you want to go to cloud security, learn Azure, learn AWS or AWS. You don't have to learn both, learn one, and then go and create projects, because there are so many people in YouTube who have created projects before. So you can create projects what they did, you can mimic them, as well as you can do your own by researching. And then if you go and apply for a job and tell them, oh, I've done these projects which might be similar to how your company operates, and then the company would be like, okay, this guy knows what he does, and he actually pretty much knows how the company and how the technologies work in the company, so I might as well just hire him. So so that's how companies would look at a candidate or look at a student. So I would say um, that's my personal suggestion for you to go and start your career. I have another one. I have completed AWS certifications, will I get a job? Good question again. Certifications are good, but certifications are, like I said, it's a cherry on top of the cake, and it's not the cake. So you need to have that cake first before you have your certifications, because having certifications is one thing, but actually knowing or having that hands-on experience with that project is a different thing. So I would say do projects, learn all the technologies, because certifications are difficult to pass, but it doesn't cover the whole aspect, because it's just 60 questions and someone might be lucky to get a certification, but they wouldn't know all the key processes or the key things you would need to get a job. So I would say get hands-on experience, be very, very good with the technology you want to go, research about the job you want to go. If you want to go for a cloud engineer where they use AWS, see what AWS certifications they would need, do that certifications, see what things they would require in a LinkedIn description. Try to do that in your personal projects. Go to GitHub, create type code, create that project, and then go and present yourself in front of an employer. And then you can say, hey, look, I have the certification. I have hands-on experience as well. I know the technology. So if I walk in, I can just start working from day one rather than you training me and seeing if I am fit for the job. So I think that would give you a much better opportunity to get a job as a cloud engineer or an AWS engineer.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashok, and thank you so much for your patience. Here is a statement for you. Okay. So your insightful and thoughtful provoking session. Your address has not only enriched our understanding of cybersecurity with generative AI, but also inspired us with new perspectives and ideas. We deeply appreciate the time and effort you have taken to share your expertise with us today. On behalf of the department and participants, we extend our heartfelt gratitude. Thank you so much, Ashok.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity you guys gave for me, and I'm happy that there's so many people attending and asking questions. And if you guys want to reach out, my LinkedIn, my Instagram, you can always message me, and I will always be happy to help you with whatever questions you have. So thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay,
Thank
and
you.
finally, we need, on behalf of Concord and Science College, we need you with us on Monday for taking a session for our students, whether they can improve their skills. Hope you
I'm
would
happy.
agree with
I'm
that.
definitely happy. I'm definitely happy to help. But that's the reason why I did this presentation today as well, because I'm technically supposed to work. But yeah, I'm happy to help. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
it
open.
technically sounds really good.
Thank you. No, I'm definitely open to it though. So just message me. You know my number. Message
Yeah,
me, and
of course, we will get back to you soon.
we can plan a conference if you guys need me.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Have a nice one and take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Dear participants, thank you all. Now we move on to the next session for our program. It's my honor to invite our distinguished research person, Mr. Subham Sharma, Senior Software Engineer, Dell Technologies, Bangalore, for the sixth session on the third day to the deliver session address. It's given me a great pleasure to introduce the distinguished research person join us today. Sir have completed integrated B.Tech and M.Tech in Information Technology from Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management, Gwalior, one of the premier institute in the Indian, known for the strong focus on both technical and managerial aspects of information technology. Following his graduation, he joined Dell Technologies as a software engineer to marking the beginning of his professional journey in the IT industry. Over the past 5 years, Sir have gained extensive experience in the designing, developing, and developing scalable, high-quality software solutions. His expertise spans across both background and front-end development, allowing him to contribute effectively to end-to-end product development. His achievements invited as a judge in hackathon for TechFest at IIT Pune in 2021. Presented a GenAI agent proof of concept at Dell Technologies to over 220 professionals, showcasing in the potential of AI-driven compliance and vulnerability management. Recognized by Dell leadership for the consistently delivering critical features under tight timelines and delivering enriching excellence. Today, we are delighted to have him with us, bringing his rich industry experience and the insights of this FDP. Sir, we warmly welcome you to share your thoughts on AI agents and promote engineering. Welcome you, sir. Now the session is yours, sir.
Hi, thanks, Arul Kumar. So sorry for being late. Actually, my system was not working, so I just restarted my system. Thank you, and I am very much delighted to just give you what I have learned and gained in over the years working at Dell Technologies and whatever the AI agents and prompt engineering, how it can work. So let's jump onto the webinar session. So first, I just wanted to make sure, like, after attending this webinar, right, you will have complete practical knowledge of how you can create the AI agents, how you can effectively use the prompt engineering while communicating to the agents. Okay, so let me share my screen quickly. Let me know once you're able to see.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So first, I'll go through this agenda, what we are going to learn today after this session. So, prompt engineering, basics of prompt engineering, how we can write the good prompt, how to write the good prompts, what are the advanced prompting strategies, and what is the application of prompt engineering, where it can be used. And after the prompt engineering, when we'll cover all these things, then we'll move on to the AI agents, how the AI agents work, the complete technical architecture, how each components can contact with each other, and how the things works behind the scenes. We'll get to know all the things in the working of AI agents. Then I will quickly, sorry, then I'll quickly show you the live demo in the call, in the webinar itself, like how we can build the AI agent. So it will be helpful for the folks who are interested in this domain and who wants to create the AI agent by their own. So they can get to learn and got the reference also. So I'll quickly create the AI agent also in the webinar only, and then I'll show you like what are the advanced capabilities of AI agents and what are the use cases. And in between, if any one of you have any doubts, then you can definitely ask me. I'll try my best to answer each one of your questions. So is that fine, or anyone have any questions in your mind? Okay, if no one has any question, then we can move on to the next slide, the basics of prompt engineering. So anyone has any idea who has earlier worked on this prompt engineering kind of thing, how to write the prompts and all? So if any one of you know anything, I mean, any small thing about the prompt, you just speak out. I just wanted to make the session interactive.
Sir, good evening. I think prompt engineering is like search engine. So we can use any application to search whatever we want, even if we want to create our own website, or if we want to create our own AI, we can use that search engine to get the help. So that's maybe, I thought this may be the prompt engineering. Right, sir?
Yeah, very good answer. Somewhat you are correct, actually. So anyone of you wanted to give your answer, or shall I continue?
Sir, good evening.
Yeah. Please go
According
ahead.
myself, like ChatGPT, if you want to find any topic that should be very related to our content, then only we can get a required responses from the prompt responses. That's why prompt engineering is we have to give the right sentences formation, good relevant information from the ChatGPT like search tools, AI tools. Am I right, sir?
Yes, yeah, correct only. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, now I'll tell you. Actually, this prompt engineering, if you just break down the words, right, it constitutes of prompt plus engineering. So what you can understand, right? It is a kind of iterative process. I'll tell you one example. Suppose if you are interacting with some AI tool, it can be Chat GPT, it can be Perplexity, it can be Google Gemini, anyone if you are interacting with it. So you may not get good result after in the just one iteration. Suppose you have given the prompt, you got the result, but you are not satisfied with that result, right? So what you will do, you will again modify your prompt in order to get the good result. So it is a kind of iterative process. So as everyone knows, like if we are giving the good input, then only we'll get the good response. So this AI tool works like that only. If we are not giving the good input, good prompt, then we will not get the good response. So in order to get the good response, it is very important that we should know the prompt engineering. What is the best practices of constructing a prompt? As so now let's move on to the next slide, like how we can construct the good prompt. As you can see, like it basically constitutes of idea, prompt, results plus test or feedback. So idea is basically when you are writing the prompt first time while communicating with the AI agent or any AI tool, that basically constitutes an idea. Now your idea, you have to convert it into a prompt. Then this prompt will get passed into a AI agent. You will get the results. Then you have to manually verify whether the results are up to the mark, what you wanted or not. Then according to that, you have to modify the prompt. So this is a complete iterative process. It's not a single step. It's a iterative process which will keep on happening until we'll get the good results. So this is the core logic of prompt engineering. How is this prompt engineering works? We will go to the next slide. So until this slide, anyone has any question? Okay.
No,
Okay,
sir,
got
all
it.
good to go.
Yeah, okay, got it. Now I'm moving how, what are the good components of the prompt? So see, the prompt basically constitutes of this context, instructions, input data, and these three will basically need for writing the good prompt. Now let's move on to the context. So context basically means we have to give some kind of information, background information to set the basic parameter. Like we cannot generally give any kind of generalized sentence. We should be having some context so that when it will go onto the AI tool and it will communicate with the LLM model, so it must be having some context behind the scenes. So this context is very important. As you can see, I have written the example also. So while communicating with the AI tool, we can give like you should act as a career coach and helping fresh graduate writing their first resume. So we have to set a kind of background like how AI tool should act like. Suppose you wanted to create some kind of resume. So you have to give in the prompt like act as a resume expert. Then this basic sentence will set the background information when it will go inside the LLM model. So this is the context. Now coming to the instruction. So instruction basically is what all are the things you wanted to perform with the LLM model. So the complete set of instruction you have to give in the prompt itself. So it can be a single task, it can be a multiple task also. So the complete set of instruction you have to give. Then comes to the input data. So what is the input data? I'll give you one example. Suppose you wanted some weather kind of results, current, you wanted some current weather of the city. So for that, you have to give some input also, like I'm living in India or I'm living in some other country. So I want the current weather of that particular city. So you have to give the input data. So these three parameters will constitute very important for constructing the good prompt. On the basis of these three parameters only, the good prompt will get generated. And output format we can give, like we have to define which format we want the output. Output can be of PDF also, output can be of any Word file also, output can be of any text file also. So while constructing the prompt, we in that prompt itself, we have to give the output format, like in which format we want the output. So these are the basic 4 parameters, which is very important for constructing the good prompt. So these are the basic components of the good prompt. Any question till that point? Sorry?
Any rules for writing instructions in prompt engineering, sir? We are going to write an instruction.
Yes.
When we write instruction, should we follow any rules and regulations?
Yes, we'll come to your question over the next slide, like how to write the good prompt. There are set of instructions that we should have keep in our mind while writing the good prompt. So it's a very good question. I'll also cover this question in our next slide. You'll get your answer.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, then let's move on to the next slide. See, whatever the question, Dr. Sumati, you have asked, right? I'll just try to explain in detail. So while writing an effective prompt, right, first we have to define the goal. Like we have to clearly mention what you want the AI to do. So we have to specifically give the task, like this thing only you have to do, so that you will get the good results. And after defining the goal, we have to give the role and context also. So role in the sense, you want AI tool to act as a literature reviewer, right? So you have to mention, like in the prompt only, you have to mention you should have to act as a literature review expert. Then only it will give you the results which is under the scope. Otherwise, it will give you a more generalized output. It will not be related to your whatever you wanted, right? So it is very important to give the role and context also. Okay, now we have to give the initial prompt. Initial prompt in the sense we have to give some instruction and what are the core tasks that we want. So these are all things comes under the instruction initial prompt. Then after we have to give the examples in the prompt also. I'll give you one scenario. Suppose you want to do the sentiment analysis over the tweets which are present over the Twitter or X. Okay, so for doing the sentiment analysis, you should be having a data. So in the data itself, you can give one example that this particular tweet, which is belonging to a negative sentiment, this particular tweet is belonging to a positive sentiment. So example is very important while defining a prompt, so that it will clearly identify like how I should act. So AI tool don't have any, this AI agent works on our prompt only. So it does not have any kind of super intelligence. So whatever we are giving, we have to do it from the prompt only. So that is why examples are very important while defining the prompt. Output format I have already covered, like in which format you want the answer. It can be a PDF, it can be a table, it can be a JSON, anything. If you want to specifically mention, you can mention it over the prompt. Then we have to test and evaluate the prompt, whether it is belonging to your desired result or not. If it is not belonging to your desired result, then you can again remodify your prompt and send it over the AI tool. So that is how it's kind of a iterative process. It will keep on happening until you will get the good result. So that is basic the prompt engineering. That's what is called the engineering. So this is how we can write the good prompt. And over the iterative process also, we are regularly refining the prompt in order to get the good results. So these are the steps to write an effective prompt. So similar thing I have tried to explain over the flow diagram. Like first we have to define the goal. Then once we have the goal ready, then we have to give the role and as well as the context also. Then once we have the role and context ready, then we have to write the initial prompt. Then we have to add some examples. It's basically an optional thing, but if you want to result a certain specific to your question, then you have to definitely give an example. Then you have to specify a format. After then, when it will give the results, right, then you have to test and evaluate the result. If the results are looking fine, then it's well and good. You can go and use the results. If it is not looking fine, then you have to refine the prompt. So this basic step is for prompt engineering. So this is how we can say that it is an iterative process. Till this point, anyone has any doubt for like how we can write the good prompt? I think Dr. Sumati, I have answered your question. If you have any question, you can ask me again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got point, but I have one more question, sir.
Okay.
Do we use any notations or symbols when we write a prompt, when we write a instruction in prompt engineering, sir?
Yeah, very good question. Actually, in the prompt engineering, whatever is going to pass inside the AI tool, right? It's basically a JSON format. So is JSON, I think you might have known what is a JSON structure. If you do not know, I'll quickly show you 1 second. I will show you one practical prompt so that you can get an idea. See, this is the prompt. This is the called JSON, and it contains two properties. One is system prompt, another one is prompt. So system prompt is basically responsible for giving the role and context. Like I have given, right? You are very powerful assistant. You are expert in reviewing the code and file from. You're expert in reviewing the code and analyze the following vulnerabilities present in the code. So this is the role I have already defined under the system prompt, right? And now the coming to the input data, like how we can give the input data. So that particular thing will go inside this prompt property. So it will contain all these things, whatever I have shown you, right? Initial prompt, examples, specify output from format. All these parameters will go inside this prompt property. In system prompt, we should be having goal and the role and context. Okay. Now I think you got more understanding. If you read through it, right, what I'm saying, like as a developer and a secure code assistant, your objective is to thoroughly analyze the following code changes. It's basically for analyzing the code, whatever the code is present over the GitLab. So GitLab, I think you might have aware, where we are hosting our codes, whatever we are maintaining in the code thing, right? So the complete code is getting hosted over the GitLab. So it will basically analyze following code, and now I'm giving the task.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, but your JSON format example we couldn't see. We can see only
Yes,
the
sir.
PPT.
You
Yes,
couldn't
sir. If
see?
kindly share the.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
sorry.
JSON format video.
Sorry, I think I have not shared the entire screen. 1 second, let me share it again.
Okay.
Let me know if you are able to see the complete JSON format or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah. So where I was, yeah, let me open the slide also. Yeah, I was telling that these top two headings, right? Top two blocks will comes under this system underscore prompt property. So if you see, right, I have multiple prompts. If you see all the prompts containing the same format, because LLM model will accept this format only. As we are moving forward, right, I'll quickly show you like how we can create the AI agent also. So in AI agent, we should be passing the prompt in this format only. So I was giving the example like in the system prompt property, right? I have given the role, context, and the goal. So if you see in the system prompt, I have given you are expert in reviewing the code and analyzing the vulnerabilities from the following code. So basically, I have defining a role, like you have to review the code, right? Now in the prompt property, I have given like just analyze the coding code changes, whatever it is present in the GitLab. Now your task is to identify the security flaws and vulnerabilities present in the code. Okay. Now I have given the example also, and the output format what I was talking about, right? That we have to specify the output format. I have given it over the prompt itself. Like, please generate an HTML report. That is what I was telling. Like, you can give the any kind of output formats. You can give the PDF also. Like, please generate a PDF report. So it will generate a PDF also. But I wanted all the results to be printed in HTML report. That is why I have given and specify the output format also. And the complete instruction I'm giving, like, output should be strictly a HTML code. It should start from this doc type HTML and all, and it should contain the title of the HTML format report should be this. And the table, I want a table inside the HTML report. So I have given the table heading, table row also. So these all things comes under this output, specify output format only. So this is how the good prompt will be constructed. Hope you got the clarity, like how to write the good prompt. Anyone has any question, or we can move ahead?
No, sir, everything clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now moving ahead, like there are multiple strategies of writing the prompt. So first one is, I mean, I'll explain you. It's a zero shot prompting. So in this basic strategy, right, we are just giving a direct instruction. We are not giving any kind of example. We are not giving any kind of input format. We are just giving the role instruction and the input data, nothing else. So this is called the zero shot prompting. It is a very basic one, and it's not, I mean, I do not recommend for getting the good results, because for getting the good result, we have to give example also. We have to specify the output format also. So this is very basic zero shot prompting, which we generally use for getting the general results. If you want any general thing, then you can use this zero shot prompting. Okay. Now few shot prompting means you can give some examples of the input, or whatever it is related to your prompt, right? So it's called the few shot prompting. So this is very popular in creating the AI agents. Because in AI agents, we have to specify what kind of input we want, what kind of input, what kind of output we want. So we have to give everything in the few shot prompting. So I'll teach you like how few shot prompting will help in getting the results while creating the agent. Okay. This is called chain of thought prompting. It is an advanced one. So there is a subject called agentic AI. So it is getting used in agentic AI, not in AI agents. Both are very different terms. It looks like both are same, but it's kind of 0 and 1. AI agent is 1 and agentic AI is 0. So it's completely different. So don't confuse it, confuse with it. Like AI agents don't have any intelligence. Okay. Whatever we'll give, it will go through it and generate the response. But agentic AI has kind of intelligence. They have the memory. They have the memory, local memory. So whenever we will give the inputs, right, first they will check inside their memory. If that local result is present over their local memory, then they will directly return to the user. They will not do these kind of things. If that particular thing is not present in their local memory, then only they will go and fetch all other things and all, then it will give the result. So both are very different thing. That is why I have told you in the starting, like, we are going to learn the AI agents, not agentic AI. Okay. Till this point, anyone has any doubt?
Sir, if you could say some real life example for few shot prompting, it may be useful for us, sir.
For few short
For
yeah, for
yes,
few
sir.
short, yeah, sure. So in the few short prompting, right? Suppose you wanted to develop a AI agent which can review the literature survey. You all might have know the literature survey reviewing manually is very tough, right? We have to go through each and every report and prepare a presentation, prepare a document kind of thing, and mention it over our research paper. So just I'm giving you this example because I am going to teach you the creating the agent which will do the literature survey in this session only. That is why I took this example. Okay, so in few short prompting, we can generally give the instruction like how the literature survey should look like. So, instruction in the sense like we have to define some set of rules. So that I'll show you. I have already written the prompt for literature survey thing, right? Okay, so let me know if you are able to see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as you can see, right, it is an evaluation criteria for literature review. So what all things we want the AI agent do? So it should, I mean, the literature review, what we wanted, right? It should be relevant. Is the study relevant to the research question, or it is under scope or not? The source credibility also we wanted to get reviewed. Okay, now study, I mean, design and methodology also we wanted the AI agent to get it reviewed. So these all are comes under the example, whatever the example we are giving over the prompt, right? So it will come as part of the prompt only. How we'll construct, I will show you in the working session. As part of this evaluation criteria, we are passing one more thing, that is literature corpus. Corpus in the sense, whatever the research paper you have read, right? So we have to give the research paper name so that it will go and fetch the complete research paper, and on the basis of that it will prepare a literature survey report. So I have given these 10 research paper names, so that it will one by one the AI agent will go through these research papers, read all these things, and prepare the results on the basis of these criteria what we have given. So this is called a few short prompting. Like we have to give some kind of examples, like how it should work, right? How the AI agent should work. That is what we have to give some example. It is called a few short prompting. Do you have any doubt on that?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now moving on to the next slide, applications of prompt engineering. So in software development and code automation, it can get used like for generating the code snippets, boilerplate code and documentation, debugging the code, and performing the static analysis. All these kind of things we can achieve with the help of prompt engineering, and we can achieve very good things by using the prompt engineering. I am doing this in my regular work actually, for debugging, explaining the code, doing the static code analysis, generating the code snippets. So this is one application. Another thing, like with the help of prompt engineering, we can summarize large data set into a smaller chunks. Like you don't have time, right? You wanted to get the analysis of the large data set. How you will get to know? You have to give a complete prompt. You have to give one example also using the few short prompting, so that it can summarize it and give you the required result, whatever you are wanting. Okay, so this is the data analysis thing we can do as part of the prompt engineering. Content generation, lots of people are doing over the social media like Instagram and other platform. Like content generation is completely doing from the AI agents and all. So in AI agents, prompt engineering plays a very important role, right? So this we can do with the help of prompt engineering. Research and information retrieval, I already explained the example, right? How we can in the research about the particular paper, how we can prepare a literature survey. So this agent only will going to create in our next half an hour. First, I'll give you complete introduction. Then I'll show you a working session where we are going to create the agent. Any doubt till this point?
Hello, sir. To
Yes.
create an agent, do we need to download any software or that kind of thing?
See, this AI agent can be built in any of the language. What I'm going to teach you today is to build it using Python, because Python is very easy to read and very easy to use also, right? And for running it, we should be needing a compiler. So there is a software called PyCharm. So you can run the Python code over the PyCharm. It's a free tool. You can get it from the Google. I'll share you the link how to download it and how to install it over a system. So you can easily install and run the Python code over there.
Can we create it in Google Colab?
Google, yeah, sure. We can create it Google Colab also, and we can run it over the Google Colab as well. Basically, we want a environment where we can run our Python code. If it is a JavaScript code, then we need a JavaScript compiler. If it is a Java code, then we need a Java compiler. So we just need a compiler for running our code. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So this is a complete prompt engineering, how to write a good prompt and what is the application, what are the uses of the prompt. So this covers almost all the things which we basically use in the prompt engineering. If no one has any doubt, then we can move on to our next section, which is basically a AI agent. Okay, then I'm moving to the next section. Yeah, someone is telling and anything?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will go to the next section. Next
Okay.
slide, sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So, any one of you know anything about the AI agents or agent only? What are the agents? How they work? You can give me a real life example also. Who are the agents?
Sir, I think agent is like we are writing a program, no sir, program or software. We call it as a agent, that is to make some decision or taking some action automatically.
Correct. Yeah, right. Anyone else also wanted to give some highlights over that?
Sir, this is Raj again.
Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, we are playing online games, no? So there is many games are there. So one of the games we can able to play that chess games, no? So we can call it is that is also an AI agents.
Correct. Yeah. I have one real life example. So
Real-time example, Alexa, we can say, sir, it's an agent.
correct. Yes.
Or we
Yeah.
can say self-driving cars and we can say that it's a real-time example.
Right.
Is it correct, sir?
Yeah, correct only. I'll give you one more example. With that, you will all get to know what are the agents and how they will work. You might have all heard about the railway ticket booking agents, right? They used to roam in the platforms and book the tickets, like the car tickets and all. You might have heard about all these things, right? So the agent is exactly same. You can just correlate with that. So for that railway ticket booking agent, right? What you will give it to them? You will give your complete information, right? Complete detail, like what is your name, what is your age, in which train you want to book the seats, right? Complete information. So this set of input data you will give to the agent along with the dates as well as, right? So this complete thing the agent should be having, and you will tell the instruction like this is my data and you need to book the ticket. So the agent's task is to book the ticket, right? You have given the role, you have given the context, you have given the input data to the agent, and you have specified the instruction also to the agent, like you have to book the tickets. Now, what agent will do? Agent have collected all the information from you. Now, his task is to book the ticket, right? So while booking the ticket, first they should be having some kind of ID, right? In order to book the ticket in IRCTC, they should be having some kind of ID. So they can log in with their own ID also, or they, if you want to give your ID, then they can log in using your ID as well, right? And book the tickets. So for booking the tickets, they might need your ID. You have to give your ID, or else they can give you, they can book with their own ID also. So, and after booking, they will give you the tickets like, sir, this is your ticket and your task is completed. So what you have done, you have given all the set of instruction to the agent, agent has done the agent has done the operation like booking the ticket, and it has given you the results. That is how the AI agent will work. What AI agent, suppose if you want to build the literature review survey, right? Then you have to give the complete instruction to the literature review AI agent. It will analyze the complete thing. It will prepare a literature review survey report, and it will give you the literature review survey report. So you might have correlate, right? How this agent's real life example I have given, it is exactly same whatever the AI agent. Nothing difference. It's same as of what we are doing from the past 25 years, right? It is same, exactly same. So this is how the AI agents work. Now moving on to the AI agents in detail. So this AI agents, right? They are completely autonomous. They just need our instruction, and after that they will do all the things on their own without the human interruption, right? On the basis of input only, they will give the results and perform the operations. They are completely goal driven. That means we have to give a goal in order to achieve the results. If we are not giving the goal, then we are not able to get the good results. So goal is very important. In the prompt itself, we have to give the goal. That was our first major block of constructing the prompt. It should be interactive. Interactive in the sense this AI agent can go and talk to the IRCTC. I'm just giving a real life example. Interactive in the sense that this agent should automatically go and check the IRCTC website whether the ticket is available or not. If it is not available, then they will tell you, sir, this ticket is not available. Can I book your seat in some other train? Then on the basis of your input, they will perform the other operation, like whether you wanted to book the seat in other train or not. So this is kind of interactive feature under the AI agent. It's the adaptive, like AI agents regularly learn from their environment and feedback. So feedback in the sense, suppose you did not get good results in the first iteration while constructing the prompt, right? Then again you will refine your prompt. On the basis of refined prompt, it will improvise its result. So this is a kind of adaptive thing. Context aware, I have already mentioned over constructing the prompt, right? That we have to define some kind of context. Like you have to act as a ticket booking agent. You have to act as a literature review expert. You have to act as a resume expert. So these kind of contexts we have to give we have to give to the AI agents. So these are basically characteristics of the AI agent. Anyone has any doubt till this point?
Sir, will you please start your this PPT because that means that full screen. We are unable to see the bottom lines.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Are you able to see?
slideshow. Yeah, slideshow, please. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any doubt, whatever I have explained till now? If not, then we can move ahead. So you all have used the traditional chatbots, right? We were all having the kind of chatbots in multiple platforms. In Make My Trip, in GoIbibo, in Flipkart, in Amazon, we have our chatbots implemented since so long. It is existing since more than 5 years, I think. So these are all traditional chatbots. They don't have any kind of intelligence. So now these traditional chatbots are replaced by the AI agents. So what is the difference? I'll just quickly tell you. Like these traditional chatbots, right? Whatever the predefined rules we have given, it will answer on the basis of that rules only. Suppose whatever the rules, whatever the question you have feed it over the chatbot, right? If you are asking some new question, then it will not able to give you the answer for that particular new question. But that is not the scenario with the AI agent. It is of adaptive nature, right? It is continuously learn and improve. So if the new question also comes into the AI agent, right, it will generate an answer because it is continually adapting and learning. So you can get the results on that scenario as well. This is the first point, right? Now traditional chatbots operates on predefined workflows. Like we have already defined workflows that you have to use only that workflow only, and you have to give only this response. So they are operating on the predefined workflows, but that does not happen with case of the AI agents. It continually learn and improve in the real time on the basis of our chats and the prompts. Okay. Now, the third point, like it is a manual thing, like it requires a manual intervention for the complex task. Suppose if any complex task any user has asked, right? So for that particular complex task, chatbot does not have an answer. So a person have to interrupt in between and provide an answer for that. That does not happen with the case of AI agent. It is completely autonomous and manual human intervention is not required. Okay. Now, I mean, this traditional chatbot is solely relied on the pre-trained data. Whatever the data we have trained it on, right? It will give the information on the basis of that data only. But this AI agents, right? Whatever the new data is coming on, today's data also, if we will feed it over the agent, right? It will generate the response on the basis of the current data also. And traditional chatbots does not have any memory, but AI agents can maintain a memory. If we are inserting a memory, right, then AI agent can have a memory. So if any customer, any user is asking a repeated question, right, it will not go and fetch over the LLM models and do the query again and again. It will just check in their long-term memory, and if that particular information is present in their memory, they will directly return to the user. So that is very good thing in the AI agent. So that is why all the traditional chatbots are getting replaced by the AI agents nowadays. Whatever the platforms you have seen earlier, right? Those are using traditional chatbots. All are replaced by the AI agents. Any doubts on that? If there is no doubt, then we can move ahead to the next slide. Okay, now these are the key components of AI agent. You can see, right, there are total 4 components that I have defined over the architecture. So this is a user. User will communicate to the AI agent as part of the prompt. So we have to communicate, we have to give the input as part of the prompt only. That is why this is the, so, sorry, anyone is telling something? Okay. So yeah, I was talking like this prompt is the first step while communicating to the AI agent. That is why I have explained the prompt engineering first, how to write the good prompt. I'm getting a background noise. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So until and unless we are not giving the good prompt, right, we will not get the good results. So this prompt is the very important while communicating to the any AI agent, any AI tool. Okay. When the prompt passed into the AI agent, right, it's a kind of prompt template that contains the instruction, context, role, input format, output format, everything will be inside the prompt template, whatever I have explained it earlier, right? Now, this will come under the agent. Agent will call the tools. So tools are basically, I'll give you one example. So you want to create an agent which will basically go your Gmail, check for the calendars. If there is any meeting scheduled for the today, it will automatically send you the notification on your phone. So this is the basic task you want to perform through the AI agent, right? Now, how it will work behind the scenes, I will tell you. You have to first give a prompt, like what are the things you wanted to do and you wanted to achieve as part of this AI agent. All those complete things, you will define it over the prompt template. Now, the agent has all the information, but it does not have your Gmail account ID and password, right? Then how it will go and check what are the complete calendar of your account? Can anyone tell me, like, if we are not giving any kind of information related to our ID and password, then how agent will fetch the complete calendar related information from your account? Anyone has any idea? Okay. So for doing that thing only, these tools are required. So these tools are basically an external thing that agent will use if we wanted to perform any kind of operation. Like for sending the notification, right? Whatever the example I gave just now, like check the calendar invites over my Gmail. And if any meeting is scheduled for today, send me the notification. This is the task that I want to perform, right? So we have to give a kind of token to this agent, which will basically responsible for logging into my account, just fetch out all the complete calendar related information from my account. And if any invite is present, it will return the complete information to the agent. So that is why these tools are getting used for fetching the external information, because agent does not have your Gmail information, right? We have to give some kind of thing so that it will connect to your Gmail and get all the information. So for that only, we have to give the token in the tools section for fetching the complete information and send out the response in form of the notification. This is how the tools will work, right? Once we have the tools, we have the memory also. I have given you the example, right? Suppose if a person is asking a repetitive questions, like I have asked the same question again and again. Now this AI agent will not call LLM again and again, right? It is a very complex operation. It is a very cost effective operation. We cannot call LLM again and again, because we have to, if we are using the key, right? For every call, there is a cost associated with it. So if we are doing and calling again and again, it is not a best approach for building an agent. We should be having some kind of memory which can store some amount of data. If the same data is coming again and again, it basically check inside the memory. If it is present over there, then it will not call the LLM. It will directly return the data to the user. If it is not present over there, then it will call the LLM. LLM will do all kind of processing, and then it will generate the result and return the response to the user. So any point, any doubt you have, you can ask me. So this is the basic functionality how AI agent will work. This is a basic core architecture of the AI agent. Anyone has any doubt, just ask me. I'll be happy to answer your question. If not, then we can go ahead. So these are all components that I have explained, right? The same thing I have written it over the slide only. Like LLM is basically responsible for reasoning, natural language processing, understanding, and planning. And it contains memory also. And memory is basically, if we have some data present over the memory, then we will not call the LLM. We will directly go and check inside the memory. If it is present, we can return from there only. This is the basic architecture of the AI agent. Now coming like how AI agent works. No one has any doubt, right? Just tell me if you have any doubt so that I'll also get to know if I'm explaining it correctly or not. Hello? Am I audible? Okay. No one has any doubt, then I'll move on to the next section, like the internal working of the AI agent. I'll explain you the example, this AI agent working with that particular diagram. So you'll get to analyze it quickly. So these all are layers which represent the components of the AI agent. These are the components of the AI agent, like prompt template. Then this comes under the agent, this LLM, this is a planner module, there is a memory module, there is a tool, there is a response renderer. So these all are the components of the agents. So suppose you are a user, okay? You have given a input and created a input, given all the information, roles, construct, context, instruction inside the prompt template. Now, after going inside the prompt template, you have to generate a complete good prompt. Like it should be having all the things: roles, construct, context, instructions, output format, everything. It should be having examples. Now, if when you have all these things, right, it will go inside the AI agent. This complete prompt will go inside the AI agent. Now what AI agent will do? Here comes the all these things into the picture, which will work behind the scenes. How everything will work, right? Now this prompt will send for the reasoning over the LLM. LLM is basically for large language model. So it basically do all the operations. So LLM is the core, you can say the brain of the AI agent. If it is not there, we cannot build the AI agent. It is a brain. So it will do all these things. Once the prompt will send inside the LLM, right? It will just do the reasoning. So the second block you can see, right? It is for the reasoning thing. So inside the reasoning, what it will do, it will call the planner module. Okay, and it will suggest the action plan, action also, like what needs to be done. Whatever the instruction we have defined over the prompt, right? It will get passed over the planner module only. Whatever the context we have given over the prompt, it will just retrieve the context. If that is present in the memory, I was telling you, right? First, it will call the memory. If that is present in the memory, we will directly return the context and we will give the result. If that is not present in the memory, then we will call the tools. Suppose the Gmail APIs related thing, it is not present in the memory, right? It is not completely different thing for the AI agent. Then it will call the tool module. So inside the tool module, it will get and fetch all the information and it will return the result. That is how it will work. So first it will call the memory module. Then after calling the memory module, it will call the tools section. Okay. Now you have the result, right? But you have given over the prompt that you want a result over a PDF format or in a HTML format, right? For that, what you have to do, you have to use a response renderer module. So work of that response renderer module, what it will work, right? It will just take out the result, whatever the result is being generated, right? It will just take the result as part of the input. It will do the processing. Suppose you want the report in form of the PDF, right? It will do the processing and return the PDF report. It will return the formatted result to the AI agent. Then after AI agent will return the result final response to the user. That is how this complete AI agent will work. Anyone has any doubt in this diagram? I can explain it again if you want to know the details of it. Shall we move ahead? Okay. If no one has any doubt, I'm assuming everyone till this point, everyone knows whatever I have explained, right? Everyone understood whatever I have explained. Now moving on to the next slide. What is the role of prompts in developing AI agents, right? I have already told that it is the first step for communicating with the AI agent. If we don't have the good prompt, we will definitely not get the good result. So the role of the prompt in AI agent, right? We have to define the instruction set. We have to define a decision making thing. We have to give a output formatter. We have to define a role also. So these all kind of things you have to give over over the prompt only. So that is how this AI agent will react. If we are not giving any kind of role, right, then it will not know, then AI agent will not know how it should work. Suppose we just simply put some literature survey, right, and just ask generate a literature review kind of thing. Then AI agent will not know that how it should act like if we are giving you should act as a literature review expert, right? Then only it will act as a literature review expert and it will give a thorough analysis of that particular research papers. Otherwise, it will just simply go and fetch all the details, but it will not give you a good results. So that is why all these things are very important while communicating with the AI agent. So prompt is a very prompt plays a very central. It's a first step in how AI agents should function. So in whether it can be any model like GPT-4, Cloud-A, Llama, Code Llama, Code these kind of model. Any model if you wanted to communicate, right? We should be having a good prompt. And we should tell also that what agent should do, what context it should consider, what are the tools it may use, and in what format we want to get the reports. So these all things is very important in the prompt. Whatever the 4 points I have mentioned, right? It is very important while constructing a prompt. Anyone has any doubt over this? Okay.
No, sir, no doubt. You can proceed.
Okay. So now we are going for the. Now we'll create an agent, like how the agent can be created. Okay, I'll quickly show you what software you need to install. So few prerequisites for creating the agent. You should be knowing the Python. Hope you have aware of this Python language, right? So you should be knowing the Python. I'm not telling you should be expert in doing the coding and all, but basic thing you should be aware of, like how if else statement, how for loop, condition is work, right, in the Python. So this is a basic prerequisite of creating an agent if you are going to create in Python. If you are going to create in Java, then you should be knowing basic what can I say, basic syntax of the Java also. So syntax is important. Otherwise you can get to learn from this Google, anywhere you can get the resources. It is very easy. Python is very much easy. You can learn it in one day also if you want to just learn the syntax. For running the AI agent, I am using this software which is called PyCharm. You can directly check. I'll show you. This is the Python ID. Basically, you have to go over this ID and you have to download it from here. This is the Python ID. I'll just paste this link over the chat. So anyone want to use, right, they can download it from here. So this is basically for running the Python code over the compiler. I have already installed in my system. But if you want to install, you just download the exe from here and run it over your system. Fine. Now, coming to the next thing, like how we are going to create an agent, right? For that, I am just creating a complete new file over there. Second. So these are the files, Python files. Like I have multiple agents created already, but I'm going to create this literature review expert thing from the scratch. Okay. So for this, you have to create a new file. This is how you can create the new Python file. Maybe you can give it the name like literature review expert. Okay. If you see, right, our new file has been created. Now, for writing any code, right, we have to give the class, like how the class name should look like. So for this particular file, right, I am giving the class as literature review. Okay. Then we should be having a kind of function over there. We will define a function, everyone aware, right? Function is basically where we can where we can give a set of instruction which can perform So we can give a kind of arguments over there so that it will perform on the basis of arguments and parameters. Okay. So for this, we have this syntax. Now I have already constructed a prompt. Maybe I've already showed you, right, on the starting of the session. Like this is the evaluation criteria which I want the AI agent should work. Okay. You all can read if you want, or I can paste over the chat only. This is, I think, exceeding the limit. So I'll share you the files. If anyone want to create, right, I'll share you all the files so that yeah. So now we are going to create a method, right? In this, we have to give a path of the prompt. So this is how we can give the path of the prompt. This is basically a library which exists in the Python, which basically construct the path of the path of the prompt, which is residing over here. This is the literature review, right? Inside this, we have given the prompt already. So this path I wanted to be available in my code. So this is how we can give. Okay. Now we have given the path, right? This basically go inside the agents folder. If you see, right, the project architecture, agents, under agents, we have prompts folder. Inside the prompt, we have this, what can I say? Yeah, this prompt is basically for a literature review expert. So if you read through it, right, I have given, like, you are expert in literature review and you have to basically analyze, assess the quality, accuracy, and reliability of academic and lay literature, evaluating study design, methodology, sampling, measurement, validity, biasness, reproducibility, everything you have to do. So this is basically the context instruction. I have set it over the system prompt property. Now coming to the prompt, I have given, like, your objective is to thoroughly analyze the following literature corpus. This literature corpus is basically this, where I have given all the literature survey, right? All the research papers. So this basically constitute for the literature corpus. Then along with the literature corpus, I have given the evaluation criteria also. So this agent, how it will work, right? It will analyze first the literature corpus and then it will analyze the evaluation criteria also. On the basis of these two, it will generate a text file which will have all these things, like which will assess the quality, accuracy, reliability of the literature, methodological rigor, like design, sampling, analysis, limitation, all these things it will analyze and prepare a report. So these all we have to give in a detailed prompt. That is how it will generate the good result. Okay. Now coming to our code, I'll explain you what I did. So basically what it will do, right? It will go and generate the prompt from this path. I've already given the path over this variable prompt literature review file name, right? If you see, I've given the same file name literature underscore review, which is present over here. So this is basically for fetching the prompt from this. So once we got the prompt, right, we are calling the agent. How we'll call the agent? So first we have to set this literature corpus, whatever we have given over the prompt, right? We have to set, along with that literature corpus, you have to set the evaluation criteria also. And once we have both of these things, right, we will constitute the complete prompt. Then we are calling this method, run agent method. Okay. this run agent method is basically responsible for running the agent, calling the LLM model and all. I'll quickly show you how it will work. I have given the keys, right? I have given the URL. So basically this particular URL we are using in our system. So I cannot show you the key, but I can show you like this model. We are using the code Lama model for generating the results. And this is how the prompt should get passed over the template, like system prompt and the prompt. So system prompt will be responsible for the roles instruction, and the user prompt will be responsible the input data, output data, example, everything. Okay. Now, once we have all these things going inside that, it will call the LLM model and it will return the response. Once we have the response, if you see, right, I have given a method also, write to file. This is basically a response renderer. I've already explained the diagram, right? Let me open it again. This is the response renderer module. So what it will do, right? It will get the result, whatever it's generated from the LLM model, and it will format the result in which format we have given over the prompt. So that is how I am doing it over here. I'm getting the result. So this result is coming from LLM model. I'm converting it to the HTML file literature review. So at the end, we will have a complete HTML file inside our project, which will contain all the contains all the literature review. Now I'll quickly run this agent and show you how it will work and generate the report kind of thing, literature review kind of thing. For running the Python code inside the PyCharm, right, you have to run it over the debug mode if you want to debug it. Otherwise, you can run it over this by simply running the run button only. So any of the way we want, we can run it. Sorry, 1 second. Let me connect to the VPN. Yeah. Now I'm running it again because whatever the keys I'm using, right, it will not work if I'm outside the Dell network, right? So that is why I have to connect with the VPN so that it should work and I can show you the complete thing. Now it is going inside running the literature review. It will fetch all these things, like it will go inside the literature review.json, which is basically a prompt. It will get all these things, literature corpus and evaluation criteria, and it will put it inside the prompt. You will be able to see the logs also, like how the code is working. It is going inside the prompt path, then it is run the literature review agent. All this information, it will appear over the console only. Now it will go inside the LLM model, call the LLM things and all. Okay, now the time to generate the result. Whatever the set of instruction we have defined over the instruction criteria and whatever the instructions we have given over the literature corpus, right? It will analyze all these things. It's still running. It is analyzing the things. You might have seen this complete thing. It's running. It will take some time because it is analyzing from the beginning, right? So analyze all the research paper. So for the first time, if you are running, it will take some time. But if you are running it second time or third time, right, it will not take that much time because it has a memory constructed. So if you are running the same thing again and again, so it will return the result from their memory only, from the short-term memory. Now you see, right, the content response got generated. Now we are calling the response renderer module, which will basically construct the report into the PDF format, and it will store the output kind of PDF format over here. So now you see, right, this output directory got generated 8:35 p.m. Today is the date, right? We want to see the report, literature review. So it has generated a literature review executive summary, whatever the instruction we have given, right? Like in the executive summary inside the scope, it has given the scope is in machine learning in various domains like healthcare, finance, and education. Key themes like deep learning, interpretability, fairness, and ethics. Methodology and evaluation, whatever the instructions we have given over the evaluation criteria, right? On the basis of that only, it has generated the report, this report, literature review. Then following criteria used to evaluate the quality of the sources. What are the relevance of the sources, source credibility. These are the source of the machine learning things. Then this literature review expert identified several key themes, including deep learning, interpretability, fairness, ethics. It has also highlighted several key debates and contradiction, which is present over the research papers, whatever I have posted over the literature corpus, right? It has gone through all the research papers, whatever I have kept over there, and generate these kind of reports. What are the gaps and future direction over these literature surveys? This also it has constructed. And at the end, it's generated the complete literature survey. So this kind of report, the table structure and all you are seeing, right? It will not be possible if you are not using this response renderer module. This last module, because this last module only is responsible for generating this report into the PDF format, which is a little bit of looking good for the user. So this is what I'm doing inside the response renderer module. Anyone has any doubt in this? If no doubt, then we can move away to the next section. This live demo is completed. Now advanced capabilities, like what it can do, right? Of the AI agents, it can do the multi-step reasoning. Like if there is a very complex task, we are giving it to the AI agent, right? It can break down the complex task into the sub goals and solve them sequentially. It has a long-term memory. It's contextual awareness, like whatever the context we are giving, it is aware of that. It is a self-correction also. That is what it is, a regular learning, right? So any kind of new thing, if it is getting to learn, it will correct automatically its existing predefined data set. So it is a self-corrective. We don't need to intervene anything. Okay. Now the use cases in which domain we can use this AI agent, right? In the cybersecurity domain, we can use the AI agent for detecting high profile vulnerabilities or classifying the severities of the vulnerabilities, right? So for the cybersecurity domain, we can use this AI agent. For the DevOps, we can use for monitoring the CI/CD pipelines. For the customer support, also we can use the AI agent. Like if any customer is asking any question, then it will get answered by the AI agent only. There is no need of human intervention. That is why all the big platforms are switched to the AI agents. They are gradually removing their traditional chatbots and using AI agents only. There is a finance section also. We can use the AI agent for analyzing the finance document and all. For sales team also, we can use the AI agent. Like all these, the domains in which we can use the AI agents. And these are the use cases. So it is getting used everywhere. Every company and every organization is relying on AI agents. So it is a very hot topic in current market. So future maybe if we want to fully automate any kind of system, right? Then we can make use of AI agent. Self-improving system, if we want to make, right? Then also we can make use of AI agent. Hybrid human agent teams. So agents along with the human, they will work alongside the human, like robotics and all. We can use the AI agents. So these are the future of AI agents. These are the references I have kept while preparing the slides. So if you want to go through it, you can definitely check out. All these resources are very good. It will increase your knowledge. Yeah, thank you. Now, anyone has any question, you just ask whatever the question you have.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. The way you present, the way you prepare the presentation was so good, sir. It was so organized and the flow was wonderful. So we got more information on this about the topic which you have given it today. Sir, I have one idea, whether it is okay or not. I am asking you. Like we have, after this session, we all, I think we all get an idea of how to use prompt engineering. So my question is, like, as the teacher, we have to we have to bring it to the students community. So we have to give it to the students community, like the prompt engineering, use of prompt engineering, and how they are going to use it in the industry in future. All these things we have to teach them. So in that part, I'm asking about it. What are the like component, or what are the informations about the prompt engineering we have to give it to student as theoretical portion as well as the practical portion? If we give some idea, it may be useful for the teacher.
Sorry, anyone is speaking? Actually, it's a cross talk, so I cannot hear properly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is the last point. How far we are going to like deliver this prompt engineering to the students as the teaching fraternity in theoretical part as well as in practical part.
Yeah, it's a very good question. So if you want to teach the prompt engineering, right, it's a very vast topic, I can say. So if you want to just teach to the students and the teacher fraternity, right? So you just have to give the complete theoretical knowledge, which includes the components of the prompt engineering. If anyone is aware of the components, right, they can easily write the prompt, what it should, I mean, how it should like. And after this session, I think you all have understood like what is the role of prompt engineering, right? It is very important while communicating to the AI agent. So maybe I'll quickly present my screen. So for teaching purpose, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For teaching purpose.
Yeah, 1 second. So for teaching purpose, you can start teaching the students like how to write the prompts. Maybe you can start teaching the students how to use the chat GPT and the new AI tools which are present over the market, right? Which are free model. I mean, the free model, not the paid one. So if the students and teacher will start using the AI tool, right, chat GPT, Perplexity or Gemini, they will get to know. And inside, while using only, right, they will get to know how, what are the results they are getting and what kind of results they want. So if that is not matching with their expectation, right, they will definitely going to modify their prompt with all these parameters what I have given. Like they will going to definitely add the roles, they will going to add the context, everything they will add it over their prompt while communicating with the AI agent. So best thing is do with the practical only. So theoretical knowledge you should be knowing. I mean, I'm not telling that you should not having the theoretical knowledge, but if you want to learn and catch up the things quickly, right? You should practice with whatever the AI tools present in the market currently.
Yes, sir. I got the point. For including the practical, can you say at least one example for including this as the practical for like prompt engineering to the students? If you say at least, it may be
Yeah.
useful for us.
So for example purpose, right? I can think of, like, for teaching the students, first of all, they should be knowing how they can use the chat GPT, right? How they can give the instructions inside the chat GPT in form of the prompt. Now, coming to the example, right? As part of the subject only, I can say in the college, there is a kind of one subject which basically tells about the prompt engineering process. Okay. So in the process itself, you should teach the student like how to write the good prompts. So I'm giving you one example. Like, suppose if any student wanted to research about some machine learning topic, right? There is a lots of domains which is present over the machine learning. Okay, NLP also comes, and then natural language. So all these things, if any student will read it from the Google, right, it will take a hell lot of time for analyzing all these resources and complete thing, right? So for the practical purpose only, what students can do, right? Even the teachers can also do, right? They will just download a PDF kind of thing for that particular what can I say, research survey or research paper, and give it over the prompt and ask the chat GPT, like, act as a reviewer or act as an expert. Please analyze the complete document, the complete research paper, and just give me 25 or 30 bullet points, whatever has been discussed over the research paper. That is what I mean. That is only I'm giving you example. If you want a detailed explanation also, you can get from the AI tool. But this is how the students or teachers should learn. Like, I've given you one example for summarizing the research paper. There can be a plenty of examples. So this is how you should move ahead with the prompt engineering. Am I clear your question or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got point. I got understand this. I thought of this is the example, like we will be giving a research paper, then ask them to prepare a point or prepare a PowerPoint or anything else.
Anything
That,
else? Yeah. Yes,
yes,
yes.
sir, that will be the points. Okay, good, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anything else? Any other question you wanted to ask?
Sir, just I want to take the same question regarding that. How to get a prompt for the students. We can assign assignments in subjects. Ask them to come with the writing prompts for related relevant information. For example, if you take data structure is a paper, we have many structures available. We can
Yes.
ask them to write the concepts in different ways. So students can get different informations. They don't know how to write a correct prompt.
Yes,
So
yes.
maybe
Yeah.
so someone has to have the prompt answer and relevant prompts. So we can analyze them and find it. We can share them how the prompts are working with them. Like teach the students in any subject how to write the prompts. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, correct. Absolutely correct. So, whatever you are telling, right? I think it's a very good approach for peer-to-peer learning. Okay, so suppose anyone can learn if they have a group of peoples, right? So every student can come up with their prompt, whatever they know, right? They first go through the theoretical part, then after exploring the AI tools and all, they just come up with the prompt. Maybe there you can host any kind of competition also in your school or college for getting the good prompts. And after collecting all the prompts, maybe you can share it with all the students, so that they can get to know how other students are thinking, how they are generating the prompt, right? It is the best. I think it can be a best thing for learning students and student teachers. Okay, now I'm moving. If anyone has any question, you can ask. Otherwise, I'm moving to the questions which has been asked by the people. So feedback link, please. I did not get your question, Rubani. Yes, definitely. I'm going to share the code and file over the mail. I'll share it maybe after some time. Feedback link, please. Can you elaborate your question? What specifically you wanted? Okay. Yeah, NA10 is also a very good thing. Actually, it is becoming popular nowadays. So it is also basically doing the same thing, right? So it is a continuously evolving. Like NA10, you don't need to do any kind of coding and all. But what thing, right? How it will work behind the scenes, you should be knowing all these things. NA10 will also do all the things which I have explained to you in form of the code, right? It will also do the same thing, but you will never get to know how the things working internally. So for that purpose, you should be having the knowledge of AI agents. So there is, I mean, I cannot compare that NA10 with PyCharm. PyCharm is completely different. NA10 is completely different. PyCharm is you can say a ID which basically responsible for running the Python tool. And NA10, we can, I mean, it is not a language dependent. It is a completely different thing. There is no comparison between NA10 and PyCharm. Okay. Yeah, absolutely correct. PyCharm is a ID, not a tool. Any other question? And you won't believe there are multiple job openings which are asking for the good prompt engineer, because nowadays many people are moving toward this AI agent, right? So person should be having a good knowledge of prompt engineering. They can do a work very quickly. So a good prompt engineering is very important in every organization. That is why a new job role itself got created after this prompt engineering. So it is getting very popular nowadays, I can say, in the in the job market.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful session. We will move to the conclusion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Subal Sharma, sir, for your insightful and enriching session. The session effectively highlighted and a clear, comprehensive overview of AI agents and prompt engineering. Before I conclude, I would like to highlight a key takeaway. AI agents are intelligent systems that can perceive, decide, and act to perform tasks automatically. Prompt engineering is the art of crafting precise input to guide AI models towards accurate and useful outputs. Together, they empower us to achieve smarter automation and more reliable results from generative AI. Thank you, sir. Dear participants, those who wish to give oral feedback, please feel free to share it now.
Sir, really, it was so informative, sir. Even I have no idea of prompt engineering initially, but after your session, I got more points on it. I can confidently include this as in our syllabus and handle this concept to our students. That much confident I got it after your session. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, if you don't mind, if you share your ID or number in a chat box, so that we also can make use of you, sir, for arranging all this workshop or seminar or anything else. So if you are, yes, sir, we do contact you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure. I have shared my contact details over the chat.
Good evening. This is Raj Segar.
Yes.
Sir, first of all, I express my gratitude for giving such a practical and informative session. So really, we got many new insights from this session. I hope everybody having the same. But nowadays, we always working with ChatGPT or some other AI tools and AI chatbots, but still we are struggling how to give a better prompt in that. So during this session, we know what are the things we have to follow that and how we can give better inputs to search something and all. So it's really informative session, sir. We learned a lot from the session. So basically, we all are teachers, but in this session, really I felt I'm a student and you are the teacher. So because we are interacted much more during this session and you are always giving you a better part. So it's really practical and informative. So thank you so much for your patience and your valuable time. So thanks to the organizing teams also. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your comments, and it helps me improve also. Like, I'm not a perfect person, but yeah, I'm also continually learning.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. So, dear participants, there is an important announcement. According to ATAL norms, to receive the FDP participation certificate, maintaining 80% of attendance is mandatory. Scoring 70% of marks in the final day's assessment in the ATAL portal, and mark your attendance and feedbacks within 30 minutes after that. The link will be disabled. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.